Greetings, welcome to my front room. This video is going to be on the biggest life lessons that I learned by losing a lot of weight. About 7 stone. That was my kind of weight loss, that's what I've done. And the reason I'm doing it like this is because recently a lot of memories have come up on my Facebook about stuff that I did back in lockdown. Remember that? But anyway, I did this series called the Mobility Cafe, and I was, put the camera up in the front room here, or the dining room, and I would do like a bunch of mobility to try and help, fix your dad back kind of thing. And it was great because the kids, well, the kid at the time and the dog were just in and around, and it created this wonderful time traveling ability. I could just travel back in time by watching this and see it was just amazing. It was just wonderful. So this is why we're doing it this way. Also, it's a bit more real. Also, Saturday mornings in general are pretty chaotic, and it's just good to kind of get a little bit of tidying done. And I try and tidy as I go with this K-etition, which is, he's probably going to come into the shot in a second. But I try and tidy up as I go, as he goes about his day of destroying. And that's kind of why it's this way. So instead of being highly polished and highly edited, it's going to be a little bit more raw. I'm not going to do every video like this, but I'm certainly going to try and do a few. Hey buddy. He may spot the camera, and if he does, he may try and pull it off the table, won't you? Yeah. Anyway, this one's about the life lessons. The lessons that I learned in losing my life-changing amount of weight. And I'm gonna get Carrie to help me out here. What was lesson 1 again?
Stop making it hard. It's not about the most amount of weight you can lose in the least amount of time. It's about what you can do consistently.
Yeah, that's a great one. So the kind of temptation, thanks buddy, the temptation is, especially if you're someone who has done this a couple times, you've made a couple of goes at this, a couple of attempts, then the kind of temptation is, once you fail once, is to try and do something better than you did before. Like, typically it looks like, okay, it didn't work, so I'm going to try and do more cardio, or eat way less, meet more of a stricter deficit. And this is because we put the emphasis of the blame and the responsibility on failing the diet on us, when that's not the case. The diet failed you. Thanks, buddy. But that's the first life lesson. Make it easy. Right? It's not about how much you can do in the shortest amount of time, how many habits you can create in a short amount of time. It's about what you're going to be able to maintain long term. What you do, whatever you do to lose the weight, is what you need to keep doing forever in order to keep that weight off. So if your success in losing weight depends on you doing 5 to 6 fasted cardio running sessions a week and eating like a toddler, just try and think about that, because that's what it's going to take to maintain that. Now, lesson 2. What was lesson 2? Babes?
Lesson 2.
Lesson
Sorry.
2.
He was on my face.
No worries.
Stop weighing. You don't want to lose weight. It's not the goal. It's a way to measure your way towards the goal.
Yeah. Oh man. This is a tough one, and depending on where you are on your journey, you could be in a position where, man, you're talking absolute crap. Of course I need to weigh. And yeah, if you have a positive relationship with the scales, then yes. But if you're jumping on the scales and you know that what that number says is going to have a genuine effect on your emotional state as a sentient human being, adult, sorry for the sniffles by the way, then you need to not step on that scale. It doesn't have ownership over your state. It shouldn't have an ability to dictate your emotional state. It just shouldn't. And the thing to really realize here is, unless you are competing in a sport that has weight classifications, you don't want to lose weight. Weight isn't the goal. Weight is a way of measuring your way towards the goal. Hey, dude. that's adorable. You giving Dad kisses? Mm. Thanks. And that's exactly why I'm doing this video. So, creating these beautiful little snapshot memories. So, yeah, the weight isn't the goal, guys. Okay, the weight isn't the goal. It's a way of measuring your way towards the goal. And with if you're losing a lot of weight, the thing here is that the weight isn't going to constantly be going down. There's going to come a point where weight loss is going to slow down and even stop. Yeah. And when that happens, the way in which you track your progress will need to change. Like you could be looking at more fat loss as opposed to weight loss. Thank you. It's a cat. The cat goes over this one, doesn't he? So this is something to really keep in mind, guys. The weight isn't the goal. And if you're fully committed to jumping on the scales and seeing that either come down or not come down every week, it can have a massive, massive effect on your ability to be consistent that week. You know, but really, you could just be weighing, you know, not to be crass here, but like, you know, you could be weighing a shit that is yet to be shat. You could just be weighing a bowel movement. Weight tracks every single process that occurs in the body. And we're not looking at every single process that occurs in the body, we're just trying to track body weight. Okay, one puzzle's been completed. What was lesson 3?
Lesson 3 was stop comparing to anyone and everyone else. It's not going to be an ideal 2 pounds a week process. Sometimes you won't see any progress, but sometimes your path will be different.
Yeah. These are hard lessons. These are lessons that were really hard to learn. Okay? Really hard. It took multiple attempts for me to learn this. But you've gotta, and I know you're probably gonna watch this. If you're someone who's struggling to lose weight right now, maybe it's your 3rd or 4th or 5th attempt, okay? I assure you I've been there. But I can promise you that this is probably one of the best lessons to learn, is that your journey is going to be completely different to everybody else's. It doesn't matter how fast someone else lost weight. It doesn't even matter if you're comparing yourself to how you progressively lost weight in the last time you attempted this. Comparison really is the thief of joy here. And comparison, more accurately, is the arbiter of sadness in this situation. Your path is your path. Sometimes you will not see weight loss every week. Sometimes you will not see weight loss for an entire month, and I mean that. That's a hard one. That's a hard one to wrap your head around. But tracking the weight, just to kind of touch on lesson 2 as well, it's a way, usually, it's a way of checking if what you're doing is working. But it shouldn't be that way. The methods you're using, you should be 100% confident are going to work. And the weight is just one of the ways we track how that's going.
What does he say?
Okay. I think we're ready for our final lesson.
Oh, what? Oh.
By the way, if you're here watching me live, let me know in the comments. Let me know you're watching live.
Get help. This is hard enough. Most people fail at this, so get help. Community sport coach.
Yeah. This is really hard stuff. So most people fail. And what I mean by most is 9 out of 10. Okay? And this is a genuine percentage. This is a genuine... I've actually been able to tidy the...
What?
I'm actually been able to tidy the thing. I didn't think it was gonna... I thought he was just gonna come over and just wreck him every time.
He's too busy throwing animals over here.
Okay. So, this stuff is really hard. Okay? Really, really hard. Most people fail, 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 people who try to lose weight with some kind of, some kind of health-based initiative around fitness and diet, they fail. 9 out of 10 people that start that fail it and put all the weight back on again. Hey. And, it's super, super difficult. Okay, so get help with this. If this is something that you are struggling with and this is really important to you, then get get help either with a community. Now I know there's a lot of communities out there that are based entirely around weight loss, like Slimming World and Weight Watchers and things like that. Here's the thing. Keep an eye on what actually does work. So about 85% of Slimming World and Weight Watchers membership are repeat clients and customers and memberships. So that means if the methods used in Slimming World were actually successful, they would immediately go out of business because their customers wouldn't need to keep coming back to them. Okay? So that stuff needs to be wiped from the face of the earth immediately. But what I mean by finding community is find someone who has a similar interest in you. Go to groups and communities. We have a free group actually called the Lose Weight Without Dieting group. If you want a little invite to that, put that in the comments and I'll send you an invite. But also find someone who has done this themselves. It doesn't have to be me, okay? But it can be someone that you know, someone who has had success with losing weight. It could be someone that you follow on social media. Make sure it's someone that you kind of know, like, and trust a little bit. And start asking for help. Start asking. Start talking to coaches. Start talking to memberships. Start inquiring in gyms. Be open and honest about your pursuit with this. Too many of us, when we're trying to lose weight, just sit quietly with it and just hope for the best and hope it's going to happen. But if you're loud about it, you'll get the help that you need. And most of us do need help with this. Well, this went a lot smoother than I thought. Also, a lot less chaotic. Hi. Have you got something on your head? Okay. If this was helpful, let me know. And if you're watching on replay as well, put the word replay in the comments. I'd love to know when this reaches you. Thanks, buddy. Have a good weekend. Toodaloo.